going to try my best to walk as slow as possible because I know the video might get shaky if I do that, or if I start ripping around. I don't know what these came off of. But yes, it is another like cloudy-ish day. It's gonna rain today, and the reason why I say, oh, it's gonna rain today is because today was actually supposed to be a Leesport day. So as of right now, it's actually raining in Leesport. I'm a little bit farther east, so maybe by the end of this episode it'll rain, or maybe an hour after the episode, but the rain is on its way. It's another rainy day here in the great state of Pennsylvania, and I'm all stuffed up. Got some wood over here on the left. What is that? Oh, it's a bench seat. Oh, there's a bunch of, oh, okay, well, let's see if the there we go. Been a while since I've kind of talked about this, but the wooden balls for these croquet things sell very well. Are these the wood ones? Let's find out. They might. They're not. They're the composite. Yep. Kind of feel rude messing up a set, but no one ever buys those croquet things anymore, which kind of stinks because it'd be kind of a fun summer game to play. But yeah, the older sets, just the wooden balls, they sell very well. The composite ones do not. But like the wooden ones are just like, it's like an antique thing that someone might put in a bowl or do something with. One of the very small random facts, in fact, if you ever go to an auction around here and someone buys it, usually they'll just leave the sticks and take just the balls. They'll even leave the rack. There's usually a rack, like a little wheel rack that you can wheel around the yard. They'll even leave that. Still has a glow on it. So I forgot to mention, this town had their community yard sale. I don't want to say it. About 4 or 5 days ago, when I went to that auction, it was either go to that auction or come to this community yard sale. But I went to the auction instead. I was doing that kind of one hand because I'm trying to hold the camera because my chest mount is having issues again. Sometimes I wonder to myself if every other YouTuber has all the other issues I seem to have. Like technology, software, everything that I go through that just doesn't make videos. I wonder if everyone else goes through the same struggles on YouTube. But I don't know. But maybe. Wear and tear. That'll do it. Oh, there's a squirrel. Bike with a helmet. Those tables that kind of look like brass that are right there, they have a large piece of glass on top, so not gonna happen. One thing I'm seeing a lot of is not this. This is like literally the first time I stopped to see whatever this is. But anyway, I'm seeing a lot of cat trees this morning. I don't know why I'm seeing a lot. I've probably seen 6. This has glass, but it's not as crazy as the last one. The last one also probably wasn't solid brass, it was just brass plated. If it was solid brass, it'd be more of a browner color or a darker color. It's just one of those things you kind of tell the difference between. Is this hinge now? Maybe that hinge is also going. You can tell the difference between polished brass and antique brass or solid brass. It's a different color tone. I kind of feel like the van just kind of falling apart a little bit here. This door over here isn't making too many noises, but like, I don't know. That front axle doesn't sound the best. And I was thinking to myself, the last time it sounded like how it sounded was when a bolt pulled through the wheel hub and it was like clanking against something else. So every time you kind of turned, it would make a noise. But I guess I don't really abuse this thing, but not exactly like I treat it like a Ferrari. Alright, house over here is for sale. Got a whole bunch of furniture out. That's all moldy. I'll leave that. There we go. For those who seen that Jeep right there, but for those who mentioned about my Jeep and the check engine light, it was an oxygen sensor, so that had to be replaced. It's always fun to do the guessing game when your engine light comes on. Usually it's a sensor. That would be like, I feel 70% of the time it's a sensor issue. Very, very rarely you'll get away with it being just your gas cap lid is off. So I think that might throw an evap code, I'm thinking, but no, it wasn't that. That's usually the cheapest and quickest check engine issue, is if you don't have your gas cap on tight enough. Getting this up here. There it is. The old sump pump. You guys remember when I made a video on replacing a sump pump? Some of you guys might remember that. I would say one of two things. One, that is probably one of my most viewed videos every single day. Or I should say like the top 5, top 10 most viewed videos on my channel every single day is that. And every single time we have some sort of major flooding in America and you hear about, oh, we had big storms or this or that, that video gets a lot of traction. So it's kind of like, hate to see it do well, but at the same time I guess it's a good thing that it does well. But yeah, I'll change a sump pump with taco stacks. Fun fact, I think I've changed my sump pump twice since I made that video. I didn't make that video too long ago. King, that's the brand on it. Oh, this thing's metal too. I thought this was wood. Actually, the only time I looked at was when I pulled up and saw the air conditioner. It's kind of funny how that was. I didn't look at that at all ever since I got out of the van. I literally looked at the air conditioner and those boxes on top of it. I never looked at. That's crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. How you can look at something once and then completely ignore it and then do something right next to it. Figured that one out. I don't know if that thing I just picked up was like a mini grill, but this one can go with it. And if it's not a mini grill, this is a mini grill. Nope, 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 nope. Oh my gosh. Oh, stay. Probably won't be too hard to get that motor out either. What is this gray thing off of? I don't know. I know these white things are what, for like curtains and stuff? Curtains. Curtains. That's what it is, curtains. Not curtains. I don't think the gray things look like they're, I don't know what those gray things were for. Yeah, what is that? Maybe that's my seat that's squeaking. Alright. Now I guess I gotta move that air conditioner again. Just like that. That's good. This isn't metal. That's vinyl, I think. Let's see. Yep. It's not even metal. See, you trick yourself. You don't even know. Sometimes you just totally forget. $2016. That didn't last long. No, you don't. So there's actually like a little notch on the bottom of this, so when I bent it forward, it got caught on the curb, so now I gotta bend it back that way. And hopefully it'll reach the van when I tip it over. Oh, didn't want to do that. Oh, I got it. See, did it all without the hand truck. Or the lift. I don't know if I can really afford a lift right now. I've spent so much money in the last 2 months that it's ridiculous. I might not be able to eat again for the rest of the year at this point. Wow. Exhausting. I did bring water though. That's one thing I didn't forget today. So I didn't bring the hand truck, I didn't bring a bin. But I brought myself some water. Well, here comes the rain. It's kind of begun. Gotta love it. Good old rainy day in Pennsylvania. This is pretty cool. It's a nice colorway on that. Fortunately, it's broken back here. You can see a shard of aluminum just free falling. So this like development I'm in right now actually has their community yard sale in a couple days. So I'm thinking, oh well, this thing is missing a peg or whatever you want to call that. Yeah. Foot pedal. Missing a foot pedal. So I mention that because driving through, and I found that in a chair in this area. But I imagine people probably want to throw away anything that they think may or may not sell at their yard sale that they're going to have in a couple days. Like someone might even bought that chair at a yard sale. Somebody might have bought that radio flyer. Never know. All right, the rain has begun falling even harder. Oh, buddy. Well, we found stuff today. Not a ton of stuff. I do plan on going, hopefully, to the yard sale for that little community in the next couple days. We'll see how well that goes. I know in previous years I haven't really found much there. I'm not a huge yard sale person either, because yard sales to me, I like going to yard sales where it's stuff that you might have had in your attic for 40 years you're finally getting rid of. Not necessarily the decor and home goods you might have in your house that you used once or twice and just decide, hey, I don't want to use these anymore. Or maybe even like your decorations you had for springtime and Easter, and now it's getting closer and closer to summer, and you're like, well, I don't really like this decoration, let me throw it out or try to sell it for a quarter. Like, I like the stuff where it's 40 years in your house rather than I want to buy your home goods or house goods and replace yours with mine. Does that make sense? It's weird, but I guess that's just kind of the way it is. And that's why I kind of go to auctions a lot, because that's kind of what auctions are. And I don't really do a lot of yard sales because that's what yard sales are like. Anyway, I got more work ahead of me. I did take apart the last air conditioner, I think, that I found. I'm pretty sure I took it apart. Well, at least I took it apart where I got the Freon out and the whole top capsule part is removed. But I still have to take apart the actual guts of it. So, another project. Add to the many projects, I guess. Anyway, it's been fun. Thanks for tagging along for another Trash Bacon episode here of Taco Stacks. If you guys enjoyed it, hit the like button. I truly appreciate it. It helps out the channel. Helps the channel grow as much as it possibly can. So, thanks for that, and subscribe down below for more treasure hunts just like this. Stay tuned for next episode. Till next time, have a great day. Keep living the dream. Peace.